Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we're going to be talking about the new event that's just dropped and seeing what it's all about, seeing if it's worth our time. This has popped on my screen and it is worth a shout out. If you are waiting to fuse Nishak here, the Vermin Lord, because he's ready to go, you need to go ahead and do it. Yeah, this type of event, you can't just leave the fusion sitting there and think, oh, I'll pull them later at a champion chase or something. That's not the way it works. Basically, what will happen is with these old school fusions, they straight up disappear. Yeah, so you won't have someone sitting here like this with a Nishak. Once the event is gone, they will straight up disappear. But you might be able to do it with this new event. We will take a look. So yeah, new event. I see, before I've seen the event, the pack has dropped. So what's this looking like? 6,500 points for 9 quid. Whatever that is going to mean, I've got no idea yet. We'll find out. So here we go. Winter's Path. You collect snowballs, snow coins, and you work your way down the path. So it's same as what we've seen before, but at least they've done a winter event. I thought we were going to get away with 0 winter events, which would have been pretty sucky. Let's have a quick look. Let's move me so you can see the detail here. Basically, we start with a key. It's interesting. I think that's the first time we've had that. So we've already started with a key currency, and then we've got 4 days to earn points to basically unlock this tower. Yeah, unlock this thing. And it looks like, is that a skin? Avatar. Avatar at the bottom there with a sacred shard. There's some books along the way. Pretty much. So, you know, last time we had a big champion in the mix. We don't have that for this. It looks like it's basically chickens, books, a lot of stuff around the blessings. So it's a bit of a mixture, really. For most players, I guess for most players, like these legendary tomes are where it's at. Yeah, this kind of string of stuff here, where it's obviously hidden behind the keys. This is like most players' angle, I think, for good rewards. The Sacred Shard is pretty much the red herring for most people, because the two legendary tomes, possibly the 5-star chicken, are the better angle for most players. But in this one, you've got to get artifacts and accessories. So that's farming dungeons, basically, and summon champions. Let's see what sort of points we've got here. So if you're getting artifacts, yeah, you're talking, let's call it rank 5s. You're talking sort of 30 to 40 points a drop. 30 to 40 points a drop. If you did it just through that, let's work out how many you'd need. Okay, so I've got my trusted calculator out here. So basically, it looks like the way we should do this is to go bam, bam, doesn't matter which way you're going to go. Do you want, I mean, 50 energy is slightly worse than 30 gems, but either way is pretty similar at the top there, I would say. You don't want to go down these outside paths at all, unless you are literally just going for that sacred. If the sacred is the dream, and you don't care about any of this middle stuff, outside paths is the way. But if you're, and obviously if you're a late game player, you might be more interested, like me actually. I'm more interested in this soulstone thing than I am in these books, for me. I'm a unique player because I actually get books on a content creator plan, and I've been playing the game for like 3.5 years, so books are less important to me. But for 99.99% of players, this should be more attractive to you than this and than this. So yeah, basically most players are going to be going down through the middle here, because if you go on the outside, you're going to miss all of that juicy stuff in the middle. And there's also a key in here, which is interesting. But I think you go either one of these straight down the middle here. Choose your poison in this section. Maybe you'll take the soulstone and the pots. Come down here now. You've got an interesting choice to make. Some gems and an epic book. I think for most players that's probably a good shout. A chicken and some essence. Also not a bad shout. This one gives you a 5-star reforge, I think, or pretty weak source, I would say, and very expensive. But it does give you a second key. So if you think you might be able to do both legendary tomes, then that's your route. Yeah, because you've got to go down one of these anyway. I'm assuming that if I go down here, it unlocks this whole row raid. I'm assuming it, because that's what it looks like. They did us dirty beforehand, so I guess it's a bit of a watch out. Sometimes these that are open doesn't necessarily mean that you can do the full route. I'm assuming, though, that once you go down here, all 4 of these are unlocked, and then you've got a key to start with. So you're already going to unlock one, and then you've got another 10,000 to pay. So if you do that route, the down the middle route, 21,200 points. And we said it was about 30 to, I think we said 30 to 40 points per drop. Yeah, so if we divide that by 35, it's going to need 600 artifacts to unlock to a legendary tome. Let's times that by, let's call it 20 energy. So it's going to be 12,000 energy. I don't know if I've done that right. That feels like that's not right, but that's what I think it is. About 12,000 energy to get here. Sounds an insane amount of energy. Over 4 days, you probably get for free probably about half of that. Maybe a third of that in energy. At least 4,000 energy I'm sure you get for free on a daily basis if you just do like the advanced quests and all that type of stuff and do that type of stuff. So, and then it's whether you want to throw some gems in. And honestly, it's probably worth throwing some gems in to get the legendary tome. Yeah, especially when we've also got summon champions in the mix. So, into that. So for the summon champions, here comes the packs. For the summon champions, let's see what we've got here. So if you summon a champion with a void shard, 1,100 points. And with a sacred shard, 4,500. Generally, the void shards are the better ones to use if you've got some. You know, for these type of events, generally void shards are a better bang for your buck. So 1,100 points per void shard is actually quite low. Per mystery shard here, it's 9 points. And then if we're talking about that same 21,000 odd points that we needed to get, you know, by 1,100, well, it's going to be 19 voids. Still quite a lot. But 19 void shards for a legendary tome. How's that compared to other events? I think it's probably, I don't know if it's slightly better than a normal summon rush or something. You know, if you had a sacred in the mix, we all got a free sacred recently, 4,500, and then topping up with mystery shards. So I would say go ham in the dungeons like you normally would. See what your shard count looks like, and it might be you can do it somewhere between dungeons and mystery shards without using too much of your main goods. But if you wanted to clear the thing, and don't feel like you need to clear stuff in this game, like you should be making decisions. I read it a lot. Oh, they're milking us, they're milking us. I'm not being milked, okay? I'm making choices, and do I want to do it or not? Don't get milked, okay? You can control your own mind. If this is not for you, you just bin it off. If this is for you, but you desperately want just this, then stop here. But don't feel like you need to complete a whole thing like this. It's very simple to fall into that trap of being a completionist because our brains are like, we don't want to miss out. Fear of missing out is kind of like that FOMO's kicking in. But honestly, like, you know, just decide what your goal is and then find your best way to get there if you want to get involved. But they are running at the same time. Yes, packs. Thank you, Raid. They are running at the same time. Right now, a 2 times chance on sacreds. Pretty sure it's tomorrow is a 2 times chance on voids, which is when I'll get involved. And then there's ancients as well. It might be the other way around on days. But, you know, you can get some stuff here. Unfortunately, what I said at the start there, will you get points for Nishak? You won't, because the points come from using a shard. So Nishak being summoned today makes no difference to your overall score here. But yeah, just let me know what you think of the event. Is it what you were hoping for? And I also want to call out before the end of this video, because I've mentioned it a couple of times, on the 31st, which is tomorrow, it says in the notes here, make sure to keep an eye out for the New Year gift chain. Which, you know, if you're thinking, I need to do this today, just maybe wait a day. Yeah, do your normal farming of stuff, farm some dungeons or whatever to get yourself some points on the board. But I don't know what the gift chain means. Normally, if there's a chain, it's like day 1 you collect this, day 2 you collect that, day 3 you collect this, and it does say gift chain rather than pack chain. So I'm hoping that they sort of stay true to that. The other thing, which is worth shouting out as well, that this snow string. So if you are someone who's a low spender or a spender at all, you're talking £9 for 6,500 coins here, which is the equivalent of what, 6 void shards. And we never see void shards at £2 a pop. Or do we actually? Maybe we do nowadays. Maybe we do. I was just wondering if it's straight better just to buy snow coins than buy shards. I think the kind of void shard pack where you just get void shards. That's it. I think they might be around that price. So if that's the case, void shards over this. If you're a buyer, if you're a purchaser, you know, somebody's going to spend money on this type of thing. But honestly, there's not that much to spend money to get. This is the thing. Like when there was a legendary champion down here, yeah, you're kind of all over it. You know, is this definitely what you want to do? There's not that much to spend money on in here. Like to be like, I feel forced to buy. Maybe it's a one-off avatar and that's your thing. Cool, whatever. You go down the outside tracks and fine. But for me, you know, if I think about what I'm going to do, I don't care about these books, remember. Yeah? I'm not a big book dude. I don't need them. I'm lucky. I've got content creator perks for that. But this is interesting to me. That's the only thing that I'm kind of interested in. So 10, 11, 12, 13, call it 14, 15 odd thousand points for me. Yeah, so I think I'll get there through, well, I know I'll get there. In fact, I'm going to do void shards. I'll easily get there. But yeah, that's what I would be looking at for me on an end game account. Anyway, probably enough rambling around this mission, this path. Winter's path feels a lot like the Hero's Light path, and it feels like the path of Solace or whatever the other ones were. But at least we've got a winter event if we want to do it. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.